Our history is like two iconic breaking ground, making history in separate ways.
Let's proceed with what I feel is the most interesting part of the program.
All the interesting things going on in the news.
It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
There are some interesting details relating to all this. Now listen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. If you can't be at least mildly interesting, then shut the hell up.
Let's see if they've got any interesting guests coming up.
I don't want to be rude here, but my stories are interesting.
What's up, everybody? It's the Loudmouth Zany K. Welcome to TIPI. The interesting part is where we tell stories about the most interesting people and the most interesting part of those stories. Now, today, I am joined by my other brother, same mother, Omarr Stewart, a.k.a. Big Osko.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, dog?
What up, bro?
Welcome to the party.
What up,
Last episode, we was talking about you and Omega and Shadi and how my granddad made me pick the floor, and so I made y'all get down.
Always the floor.
When y'all was little.
Man.
But we talked about, how it feeds into it, it's a little disciplined action, but it's all good.
Yeah.
You probably think some different, some other kind of way.
Listen, that shit built discipline. Because if it didn't, I probably would have drop kicked a few people back in the day. But yeah, police in the flow was that business, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So TIPI, man, I just, before we get started, I want to say, if y'all like the platform, man, please just subscribe, you leave comments, let us know what's up. And Sko, we got to show love to our what I call our Uber sponsors. People is gonna be with us forever. This is the ever sponsor right here. And
yes, sir.
That is Big Don's, right?
Yes, sir.
Little bro put his foot in here, man. Talk to me about Big Don's collection.
Man, listen. If they don't know nothing about Big Don's, they're gonna learn today, man. Listen, if you know, then you know. But if you don't, get out there, get the Big Don's collections.com. You got the spicy joint, you got the regular, they got spices, they got apparel. Get out there, get you some Big Don's, man. You won't go wrong. I promise you. You want to smack your mama.
I'm telling you, I used it tonight. I was just telling you, Sko, I just got off the grill. I put some of them boneless ribs on there, man. And you slather this with some of that right there.
Yes, sir.
Let it rest a little bit.
Yeah.
So, after our little session, I'm going to get into that. Y'all going to know what it is. But Big Don's Collection, EST.2020. All right. Big Don's at Big Don's Collection, EST.2020. Make sure you check them out. And our other brother, same mother, put out his vodka, right? Right? And Sko, I know you got, because we was at the release, right? When he got it all. I know did you get a couple bottles?
I got a bottle. I need to get some more, but yeah.
I need to get some more too. He ain't sending no cases. He's sending no cases. But it's Kiss Allen's Experience Vodka. It's amazing. The story about how he actually got his name written by my mom is on the back. You're going to love the packaging. You're going to love the vodka, man. It's very, very smooth. It's that deal. The Kiss Allen Experience Vodka. So as we proceed, let's get into it, man, a little bit.
Sir.
We talked a little bit about, and I know this is something that's close to you, man. This is close to you, man. I spent a lot of years in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. As a result, Omarr came and he lived with me for a little while, but you spent a lot of years in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
But that don't mean nothing, though. I know you a diehard.
Man, listen.
You all think Chicago. He's a Bears fan, right? But what do you think about Kirk Cousins picking up another guaranteed $100 million contract to leave Minneapolis, go to Atlanta?
Listen, all I'm going to say is for the past 2.5 months, about a month and a half, the season ended, they've been going back and forth with this whole Justin Field demo. And the biggest cities, Atlanta, it was like Atlanta, and it was just, Buffalo, all these other, not Buffalo, but they had some places and then Kirk Cousins' name came up, and it was like, where Kirk go? So all of a sudden, it became one of those situations where it's like, all right, Justin's my man. I don't want Justin to go nowhere. I want him to stay in house.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
And if that boy ended up, if Kirk Cousins moved, where's he going?
Right.
Well, now he's in the A. So I'm like, shit. Hi, Kirk. Because I know the Bears right now, they stuck. They stuck.
Right.
They don't really know
stuck.
what to do. Ain't nobody really checking for my man Fields, and I'm happy for that because he go end up staying home, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so too. I really do. I think that they got that first round pick, and I know they want to take that boy out of California.
Man.
But my thought is, man, use that, maybe trade that for some more picks and get how about this? An offensive line.
Yeah.
How about we get somebody just to protect Justin, because that's what we saw over the last couple of seasons. We've seen some development, we've seen some flashes, the speed. When he decides to take over a game,
he gonna take it over.
Wrap,
yeah.
But I think we still need some help from him. If you build around him, I think he'll be a special player in Chicago for a long time.
Listen.
If he don't stay, I think the only landing spot for him right now is Denver. It's going on.
You want him out there with Sean Payton. That's the thing. Like, we know how. Let's keep it a buck. We know how Sean is with the brothers. You dig what I'm saying?
Sean Payton is just shady, dude.
He's just shady.
See what he did to Russ. He just shady.
And it's like, I don't want my man Fields out there dealing with that nonsense. But at the same time, it's a business. I understand that the Bears got to make some moves.
Yeah.
They're kind of banking on the Caleb Williams kid. And to be honest with you, I ain't got no magic globe or nothing, but I don't think he's gonna pan out the way everybody expecting him to pan out.
I don't think it'll be much of a difference because it's top down. So if your coaches can't coach up Justin Fields,
how they gonna coach up Caleb Williams?
Coach up a new rookie. I don't get it. But man, listen, I think about you all the time when they talk about him on sports.
Man,
because I know. Listen, my brother is all things Chicago. It's Chicago Cubs, it's Chicago Bulls, it's the Blackhawks, and it's definitely the Bears.
Dude,
this guy has built a shrine and a man cave in his garage dedicated to Chicago team. And when you go to Omarr house, you know how it's gonna go. You about to be out here. We got everything go. Dude. So that's what's up, man. I'm hoping the best.
Let's hope.
Boy.
Dude.
I really am. I'm really hoping the best. All right. Let's switch it up a bit, y'all. It's TIPI. The interesting part is when we tell stories about the most interesting people and the most interesting part of those stories, man. And one of the things that I've been looking at, and I wanted to get your take on this because, I know what I think about it, but as a younger guy, a former college athlete, what you think about this thing with Draya and Jaylen Green out of Houston? All right, let's back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Draya is a perennial basketball wife. She's been part of the Basketball Wives show forever and ever. She's dated several players. I might have to go to the glasses for this one. She has put it down with Tyrod Taylor, Game, Wiz, Rick Ross, Diddy, Breezy. She's been associated with, and then of course Roderick Scanlon from the Dallas Mavericks, who she had a famous, crazy, wild relationship with over a long period of time where they was on again, off again, violence in the relationship, craziness. And so now, at the ripe age, 39, pushing 40, she's hooked up with Jaylen Green, he's a rookie, right? He just got drafted.
He's like a second year. Yeah.
Second year player, played for the Rockets. He was a little shaky at first, but now the kid is balling out. And let me tell you, Sko, he gonna be a max player.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looking at $300 million when all is said and done, and these new contracts with the TV and all this come around. Some of these players gonna come up. This is one of those guys gonna come up. Draya, of all the people she could get with, she get with this 22-year-old, and now they've announced that they're about to have a baby And she just got that resting look on her face, like, got him.
Dude, so
got him, got another one, got another one.
So
what
this
are you
is
thinking
different.
about this, man, right now?
This is how I feel, bro. All right. Big up to Draya. Cause you gotta have sunshine. Cause everybody and their mama done bounced up in that. So, I mean, No Chill Gil just came out with his podcast, and he was talking about how he got Willie with it. You dig what I'm saying? In the backseat of the whip. And how
Absolutely.
he didn't change Swaggy P whole perception of the NBA. So, big ups to that. You're smart enough to step into the lane with these young boys, which ain't, for the most part, most of these young cats, I think this generation is way different than any other generation that ever exists. Right? Their mindset is, they have kind of a scattered, cloudy, with a chance of meatballs logic of thinking, if you feel me. So a lot of what they do is predicated on clout chasing. It's all about now. Like I talked to a young brother the other day, and I ain't seen him in a while, and I asked him how he's been doing, and he said, "Man, I just graduated high school." And I said, "What you gonna do with yourself?" He said, "I want to either go to trade school, pursue my basketball joint, or become a social media influencer."
Absolutely.
That's the mindset. So when you talk to these young boys, you like, man, she's 39, you 22, and you go out there and find you a young, somebody on your age,
right.
They can rock with you. What you want this old chick because she got that sunshine. So with that, he ain't thinking outside of anything else besides that. Now, if he becomes a max player, by that point, if you ain't got a ring on her finger, bruh, you talking about child support and then beyond. She breaking the bank. And that's why I say big ups to Draya for being smart enough to get in that lane.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, she just signed an 18-year, $300 million contract.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
She
just signed an 18-year, $300 million contract because no matter how you slice it, long as it play out, and that's his child, she ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere.
And we know she's explosive and she has some attitude issues. And we know this from her other relationships. And that's why players pass. I think one of the things is, and you hit on it, these young players, man, they know her from Basketball Wives.
Right.
They know her from, this or that. They don't necessarily know the resume.
Right.
And they don't really care.
No.
They're like, man, she's super fine.
Yeah.
I know her from TV. I know she got some followers. She go up my game. I'm going to up her game.
That's where that clout comes in.
Let's get in. I guess my whole thing on it is, when is these dudes going to learn, dog? When is these dudes going to learn to spot the ones that's just going for the money? I mean, dog, how many times have we seen this story play out over and over again? But you still keep doing it. I think about people, these artists who sign these 360 record deals, right? Or these record deals. You've seen artists from Smokey Robinson, old New Edition, just get the TLC, just get raked over the coals by these record companies. But you still got artists today signing that contract. They sign that contract, whatever. They just want to get on it. And I think that's what it is in terms of some of these kids out here, man. I just pray for smartness,
man,
brothers.
Good luck with that.
As we move forward, I just pray for smartness.
Listen, you know what I pray for? You know what I pray for with this generation right now, bro? It ain't even common sense no more. I just pray that they just stay in the lane and draw within the lines.
Yeah.
At some point, because right now they all over the paper.
Right.
And you try to keep up with them. Like, all right, at some point they go, damn, they ain't gonna never get it. You like, man, I see this kid, man, and I'm like I said, I'm not mad at Draya for being smart enough.
Yeah.
To do what she did, because
she signed that deal, baby.
Shit, like you said, 18 years, 300 mil. Shorty gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying?
She knew. Yeah. These other cats that know her resume, they like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good on that. But these young cats who just don't
care,
know
bro.
better, and to her credit, she probably know how to treat them. She probably know how to make him feel good, make him feel strong.
Yeah.
She probably, I mean, he been balling. He been balling. He raised his game. So she doing something to him. She pushing him to that next level.
Yeah.
Where some of these young girls, they get in a relationship with this cat and they think it's all about them. You know what I mean? And they followers and this and that. So I get it. It's that magic. What you call it? That sunshine.
That sunshine, baby.
That sunshine.
Yeah, hey man, I want
wish
that.
them the best. And I'm with you, man. She signed that 18-year, $300 million contract. More power to you.
Yeah.
More power to you, little mama.
Seriously.
It's TIPI. The interesting part is when we talk about the most interesting people, we tell the most interesting stories, and we point out what's the most interesting part about that. We were talking about something else a little bit earlier. I saw this thing where Mike Epps is, listen, you can watch some comedy specials, right? And like I watch a lot. This is one of my favorite things. This is one of my favorite pastimes. I'll pull up all kinds of new comics, older comics on Netflix or whatever. And Mike Epps is one of those guys, along with Kevin Hart and a few others, Earthquake and a few others, who when you turn them on, you gonna laugh hard.
Exactly. Yes.
From the start to the end, you gonna laugh. You know what I mean? Some of the older guys, the Chris Rocks, the Dave Chappelles, they're funny in spurts, in moments, but they're more political. But Mike Epps is just flat out funny. Like when he start talking, you gonna start laughing.
Exactly.
And he recently came out on a podcast. Shout out to that platform, where he said the reason that he did not get to play Richard Pryor in the biopic that supposedly is in the works is because Richard Pryor's wife, who was his wife when he passed,
oh my God,
was like, we need to really solidify this relationship. I need to know that you can embody Richard. We need to have a little time together, if you know what I mean.
Right.
A little special time. In other words, I need you to come on in here and hit this thing.
Exactly.
And Mike Epps was like, no, I'm a married man. That's not. And she was like, well, then you'll never play Richard. You didn't smack this ass. You'll never play Richard. And to hear Mike tell the story, it's hilarious, dog. It's just a funny thing to hear him tell the story. And now, I mean, what do you think? Do you think he lied about that, or he wouldn't make that up? He's not doing that for jokes, right?
No, I think if Mike said it, then it's got to be some validity to it. Like he just gonna come out of nowhere and say that Richard Pryor, legendary, yes sir, that butt like next, baby.
It's that next, no carbs, no sugar,
man,
very few calories. Hey, send us a couple cases, man. Get in the game. Get in the game.
Exactly.
Get in the game. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? But
what's
no,
up?
Man,
We got you.
You know, Mike, if you put it out there, I think it's real. You know, I don't think he's the type of cat that just kind of fabricate a story and make up some nonsense to get clout. He ain't got to do that. Like you said, when he step on the stage, he's there. He's going to have you on the floor. So for him to say that, like, that's real. And it's crazy, man.
And it is crazy. I think a couple of things. One, on that same platform, he talked about how he was high on cocaine when he was doing Friday, when he was doing All About the Benjamins. He was wild. So if he gonna tell the truth about that, I doubt that he'll lie.
He'll lie about this. Exactly.
About this other thing. We've all been waiting to see. Another point that I thought that he made that I thought was really poignant was that this generation of people, of moviegoers, they don't know Richard Pryor.
Right.
They have no idea who he was. It's not like Eddie Murphy, where they kind of know, you know, this generation, it's a couple decades removed. They don't know him.
No.
But they know Mike Epps.
Yes, exactly.
And if Mike Epps is playing Richard Pryor, then guess what? I'm going to see Mike Epps play Richard Pryor. And that's how you learn about him. His wife came out with a little rebuttal, says she's looking for a newcomer, somebody who could, you know, who's got some acting chops. But a newcomer, somebody who's gonna come along and
right, knock the bottom off that.
This is the criteria that has been set. This is where we start.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
But shout out to Mike Epps, man. His new special is on Netflix. And again, he's hilarious, man. He's currently on tour. And he is hilarious. So let's take that. Let's take a look at that.
Yes.
If there's gonna be a Richard Pryor movie, somebody got to play Rich.
Exactly.
We do this thing, Sko, where we say top 5 and why.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 actors who you think could play Richard Pryor. Give me your top 5 and why. Starting with number 5.
Number 5. All right. I know it's gonna sound crazy to most folks, but when I think about Rich, man, Rich came with a different. He's an Illinois boy out of East St. Louis. He came with a lot of pain. Every movie you ever watched that cat, man, he was deep with it. Even though he was funny, he was deep with it.
Yep.
And so when I think about somebody playing that role outside of Mike Epps, because I think Mike is probably the most favorable person to play that role.
Right.
Somebody that can kind of tap into that range, I'm going to start with Jaden Smith at number 5.
Jaden Smith.
I think Jaden Smith got a lot of deep-rooted, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got that intensity. And if you can build him up to play that out, I think he'll be a dope Richard Pryor.
Do a little research, Pops coach him up a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay. Yes. All right. Top 5 and why actors that you think could play Richard Pryor. Number 4.
Again, we're gonna stay within that range. So I think this cat comes with, from a musical perspective and an acting perspective, he's a savant. He's a genius. I just love his energy, and I think playing a cat like Richard would be dumb, ridiculous, dope. Donald Glover.
Oh,
Childish Gambino.
Okay, you coming with some fire right now. Okay, Donald Glover, yeah.
I think that boy got that range.
And he got that. He's off somewhere else.
Exactly.
In every role, and he's a writer, so he's always giving you a different. Okay, I think Donald Glover, that's good, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who's at number 3?
All right. So number 3, if you go get serious with it, I'm gonna go with Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Okay. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know just who you're talking about. He kind of dark skinned though.
He's a little dark skinned, but it's Hollywood. They can light it up a little bit.
It's makeup. Makeup. You know what else is funny? I never knew how to say his name.
Are you serious?
So thanks for that. Chiwetel Ejiofor. I got it now. I know it now. All right. Top 5 and why. Top 5 actors you think could play Richard Pryor in a biopic. Number 2.
Number 2, DC Young Fly.
Oh.
He coming with it. And I think he's on the same tip as a Mike Epps. He can bring that pain, that energy that Richard displayed from every aspect of it, bro. He coming with a different. I just think he's fit for that role.
He's physical. He's got that physical comedy.
Yes.
He's got that pain in him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh man, dude, your list is crazy. Okay. Yeah. All right. Top 5 and why. Top 5 actors you think could play Richard Pryor in a biopic. Number 1.
I'm gonna fuck everybody up with this one, but The Weeknd. I don't think that most people ready for The Weeknd, man. The Weeknd's a different dude when it comes to this acting shit. Now, if you haven't watched his show on Showtime, was it Fame?
It's on HBO.
On HBO.
Absolutely, with the rat tail.
Yes.
And he starred in it with Johnny Depp's daughter.
Yes.
Dude, his performance was amazing. I watched the whole series, and I talked about it on the radio for weeks and weeks. Oh, and he got the look.
He got the look. Exactly.
It wouldn't be. You wouldn't have to change a whole lot. He could just show up and blow up.
Exactly.
I like that. Top 5 and why actors you think could play Richard Pryor. Man, what a list.
Dude.
What a list, man. That is amazing. TIPI. That's interesting right there.
Hey.
The most interesting part of the most interesting stories, the most interesting people. We love to bring it to y'all. Tonight, I'm with my other brother, same mother, Omarr, aka Big Osko, out of Chicago, and we just chopping it up, man. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Now, what we do, Sko, at the end of this is we like to tell a story about our childhood growing up, because this whole thing is a family thing. Right. Is there anything that stands out to you about when we were growing up that you want to share? We talked about it picking the floor. And when we get together, listen, let me tell y'all something. When we get together at family reunion, all the brothers and sisters, all 5 of us get together, my brothers and sisters roast me hard. Because I'm the oldest, and they just roast me hard about, man, do you remember we used to do this to us? You used to do this. It's a couple of things I could think of, but is there anything that stands out, a story you could tell that's
Man. Well, outside of you teaching me how to tie, which was to this day, I know grown folks is in their 70s, they don't know how to tie, and I'm around that time for them because my big brother taught me how to tie. But you also taught me how to drink St. Ives. And then folks don't. I was a big bear drinker back when I was 14. I didn't know nothing about St. Ives. And bro put me on to St. Ives. He come scoop me every weekend. We go up to his crib up north, and we went and watched one of the movies. I can't remember which movie it was. With Sharon Stone. And bro had me on St. Ives, and I promise y'all, I damn near crawled about that movie theater. That was the hoodest movie theater in the history of life, right up there in Edge and
I think you could have picked a different story.
No, I'm picking that story because that story was the shit. I tell people all the time. I'm like, bro, y'all don't even understand. Between Zany and Allen, I learned between Zany and Kiss Allen, I learned how to drink good beer and kick it like a champ. I learned how to tie ties and dress fly. So
there you go.
And when you carry yourself the way my big brothers, because they raised the bar up to a high level, you had to meet the standard. So in order to meet the standard, you had to drink the St. Ives.
I do remember. I'm the guy, and to this day, I'm the guy that take my own snacks, my own beverages into the movie theater with me. So if he's with me, I'm like, hey man, take a sip of that, see what's up. He's like, I remember that. But he kept sipping. I think he took like 4 sips, and then it was like on and popping. That's beautiful.
You got to come with the comedy, goddamn. Hey, it wouldn't be a show if we didn't have the good shit.
It's a family thing, y'all. And so now you know how our family got down. Now you know. Now you know. I love it, man. Hey, thanks for sitting in with us tonight, man. You welcome back anytime. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to cover, man. TIPI, the most interesting part is, once again, shout out to our sponsors. Big Dogs, baby. Don't get this twisted. Listen, I am not over-exaggerating when I tell you this is incredible.
Yes,
it's going to bring life to anything you put on the grill, in your oven, whatever you thinking. Think again. Big Don's Collection, EST.2020. On social media at Big Don's Collection, EST.2020. You can get some of the apparel. Next time I'm gonna wear the shirt. I got the hats. He's got all kinds of aprons, which is my favorite. And so much more, man. And the seasonings are gonna take any offering you have to a whole nother level, whether it be chicken or steak, pork, turkey, whatever you got going on. Big Don's Collection, and be sure and look this up, man. Kiss Allen, the Kiss Allen Experience Vodka. I was telling him last night, Sko, this is the same one I had from last year. I take a sip. Every 3 weeks. That's why it's been able to last so long. I take one sip, not a shot, a sip.
Just one sip. One sip. Exactly.
Every 3 weeks until Kiss give me Kiss. I need a case, homie.
Dude,
I need
seriously.
a case. Quit playing with us, man. ngdistilleries.com on social media. Check them out and make it special, y'all. TIPI, thanks for another episode. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all madly as always. And part of it, I'll remind you, fly low. Avoid the radar. And no matter what happens, when they come for the car,
save the radio.
Yeah.
Our history is like two iconic breaking ground, making history in separate ways.
Let's proceed with what I feel is the most interesting part of the program.
A lot of interesting things going on in the news.
It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
There are some interesting details relating to all this. Now listen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. If you can't be at least mildly interesting, then shut the hell up.
Let's see if they've got any interesting guests coming up.
I don't want to be rude here, but my stories are interesting.